Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220, KHTS. This is your host, Fred Arnold, on the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. I am joined by Kathleen Kenneally. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
And you're licensed at Kenneally Acupuncture.
Right.
And you went to UCLA for your education, got a master's degree. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Now, you come from a long line of doctors.
I do.
It's in your blood.
It's in my blood. Was raised with it. Yep. But not traditional medicine, though.
Right.
I mean, I do alternative medicine, but my father, my sister, my whole family does more traditional or Western medicine, as I refer to it.
I say Western, and I am one of those believers that you live right, you laugh often, you have a glass of wine every once in a while, you do what you soak in life, you're going to be healthier.
Absolutely.
You know, that's a little bit different than taking medicine. That's a little bit different than surgery. That's a little bit different. So you practice something a little bit different.
I do. I mean, just as you said, holistic medicine actually looks at all those factors. When someone comes to me and they have a headache, for example, I don't just say, okay, here, take this. What I'm looking at is to see what other factors in that person's life is actually contributing to their headache. Mm-hmm. It could be hormonal, it could be stress, it could be diet, and these are all the things, and that's what holistic means, essentially, is that we're looking at the whole body.
And most of it could be stress, and most of it can be stress, and most of it can be diet, and not exercising. Let me just tell you, go for a walk and it'll do a lot for you. Let's talk about acupuncture.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of myths about it.
Absolutely.
If you will, what is it, and what are you trying to accomplish when someone is going through acupuncture?
Well, essentially what I'm trying to accomplish is, first of all, is find out what's going on for that person in their whole life, like I just said. And then I look at, okay, whenever there's pain, for example, that's the most common thing people are familiar with acupuncture treating. Whenever there's pain in the body, that actually looks, the energy in the body, right, is stuck. There's a blockage. Okay, that makes sense, right? So what the acupuncture does is it actually opens up, you put fine, sterile needles into specific energetic spots in the body, and what it does is it opens and disperses the energy, unblocks the energy, so that the pain actually dissipates and sometimes just completely goes away. Mm-hmm. So
now that sounds painful. Fine, but they're really thin needles, so we're not talking about anything big. How does it feel just from the person that's never done it before? How do you introduce someone to that?
Well, first, that's the most common question I get from people. Does it hurt? So I'm here to say, no, it doesn't hurt. Do you feel something? Yes. You might feel a little teeny stick, but the difference with the acupuncture is that the needles are really, really fine. They're as thin as your hair. Mm-hmm. And so the reason other needles hurt is because they're either putting something in or pulling something out. Mm-hmm. So the sensation you might feel is actually a little warmth, maybe a little tingling, definitely relaxation. I mean, oftentimes people come in and they're kind of stressed out and they're worried about the needles, but I tell you, 9 times out of 10 after the treatment, they can't believe how simple it was and how great they feel. So it has an all-balancing effect on the body, and it's really relaxing. If anything, they'll be really relaxed. So
let's talk about some additional services you have. A couple things. Herbal medicine. What is herbal medicine?
You know, herbal medicine has been around for thousands of years, just as acupuncture has, and it's just essentially you're using plant-based materials as medicine. And so there's lots of places here in the United States that process them properly and so on. And again, it's just, as if I'm giving an aspirin, let's say, to somebody for a headache. The Chinese herbs actually work on, again, balancing where the root cause of whatever the problem is. Not just treating the branches, as they say, which are the symptoms, but getting to the root of the situation. And when we're treating with the root, then again, the whole body benefits from it. It's not just saying, okay, let's get rid of your headache right now so we don't have to feel it, but it's like, okay, what's causing it? So that's
especially in a day when we don't eat as much vegetables as our mom told us to eat, and so we have to get supplements in some fashion, which I think is really important.
Absolutely, and I do a lot with people with allergies. I talk to them about nutrition. I do recommend different supplements and so on. Again, like you said, everything has kind of lost a lot of its nutritional value because our soil is so denatured. So absolutely, supplements and the right ones, that's the key. You know, people go online, people just kind of go randomly and pick stuff. Oh, my friend is taking this. But you really should get together with a qualified practitioner to really help assess and get you on the right combination of things.
Let's talk about nutrition.
Okay. All right.
That's something that we don't do as well as Americans.
Right.
But I find that people are starting to get into consciousness of what they're eating.
Absolutely. And again, Chinese medicine has a whole system that again, looks at that person's constitution, where is the imbalance, and so what foods are going to. So food is actually part of their herbal cornucopia or part of their herbal pharmacy. So food is actually a way of healing as well. So it's very much in line with where people are going right now, looking for alternatives and better ways to, again, feel better in all possible ways that they can.
You know, somebody said to me one time, I says, hey, how come you're not going to the gym anymore? I'm a little bit of a gym rat. I like to go to the gym and exercise. It kind of opens things up for me. And he says, well, I just eat a little bit less, Fred, and a little bit better, and I don't have to go to the gym. And it's so true, because what you put in your body is so critical to how you feel.
Absolutely.
How you look at yourself. Mm-hmm. By just making some subtle changes.
Absolutely. And the other part of it is that what I've noticed, and you mentioned stress a few times, and the thing is that people, the exercise, like you were mentioning, exercise helps with the stress, eating right helps with the stress, and also I think what's a symptom that I see every day is that everybody is multitasking. I don't care how aware we are, even myself, you know, I'm a single mom, I've got a son, I mean, you know, I've got my business, everybody's doing too much. Mm-hmm. And so that's the biggest thing I also kind of suggest to people or recommend, is that they really take time to chill out.
Mm-hmm. Be present to what you're doing.
Absolutely, yep.
And be present to who you're with and what you're doing at the particular time. If those who want to reach out to you, how can they reach you?
They can reach me at 661-252-4100 at Kenneally Acupuncture and the Healing Light Resource Center. We're having a big event coming up next weekend, which is a seasonal acupuncture treatment that's very important for aligning your energy with the seasons. My website is www.KenneallyAcupuncture.com.
KenneallyAcupuncture.com.
That's it.
Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Kathleen Kenneally. I get that right?
You got it
from
right.
Kenneally Acupuncture on this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight on AM 1220 KHTS.